How you doing, Virgo? My name is Sherilyn. Sorry. My name is Sherilyn, and I'm here to do your weekend bonus reading. This one is going to be for Friday, August 29th through Sunday, August 31st. Is that the whole deal? I think that was my whole opening spiel today. No, we're just going to pull cards and see what Spirit wants to talk about, okay? All right, Virgo. Let's see what you got going on. Here we go. This one's for my Virgos, Virgos. All right. So what, Virgo, is your current situation? What you got going on right now? What are we up to? Let's see. The Lovers. Okay. So your current situation, what's in the forefront of your mind right now, has something to do with a union of some sort that is heavily laden with emotion and apparently surrounded by a sense of confusion or uncertainty. Yep. That is what this would say. Excuse me. All right, so we got something in love going on. You're not exactly sure where you stand or where you're headed. That's what it looks like. So what is the obstacle then to this? What do we get? The Five of Cups. With the Five of Cups as the obstacle to the Lovers, this makes me feel like something has transpired here that has left you feeling guilty or regretful, but there is a sense of ego or pride that is somehow standing between you and an apology or something that needs to happen to try to get this thing back to ground zero, right? Get it back to where it's smooth sailing. Yep, that's what I feel on this. I feel like there is definitely ego at play here that is preventing you from, it feels like bringing forward some sort of an apology. All right. Well, what is it you need to focus on? What do you need to focus on here? The Ten of Pentacles. The fact that you knew for sure this was somebody that you could build with. This was somebody that you could build a legacy with, it looks like. And I get the feeling that you're trying to lie to yourself right now and convince yourself that that's not true. And you're doing, the sole reason that you're doing that is because you don't want to swallow your pride and go apologize. That's how I feel. Okay, what is it that you need to leave behind right now, Virgo? So we're getting the Seven of Wands. So really, that's what this is. I mean, you're super defensive, right? I think there's some projection here, a lot of defensiveness, and just a ton of ego. Just a lot of ego. What you're defending here is your ego, basically. Alrighty, let's keep going. What is your strength in this situation? The Ace of Wands. This person has the ability to fire you up and give you inspiration. It's almost like almost like pack pellets or something. You know what I'm saying? When you play Pac-Man, it's like this person has that effect on you. They make you want to be a better version of yourself. They push you without even trying. And without them, it looks like to some extent you're trying to do all the right things, right? You're trying to make it sound right, but somewhere deep inside it just feels like it's just empty. It's dark. Darker anyways. It doesn't have the same zip, right? All right, what do we have in the near future then? Seven of Cups. And although I do believe you probably have many different options as far as people go, this has more to do with you trying to, I don't know, dig through your options and figure out what you want out of life here with this situation. I think you have different options on how you could go about trying to put this thing back together and stuff. I think your mind is pretty much focused on the fact that you want this to be back to ground zero or give it another try. But you're trying to figure out how to do it. You're going over your options to figure out how to do it without having to affect your ego any more than what you want to. Okay, well, that's what I see in this. The kicker to all this is that in the way I'm reading these cards, you absolutely know you were in the wrong and you just don't want to admit it. or at least not admit it to this person, because you feel like it gives them some sort of an upper hand in this whole deal. And I don't know that they're all that focused on the apology. I think they just miss you, but at this point they have to have boundaries set, because this feels like it's gone on for a minute. They respect themselves, which is probably the reason why you like them so much, okay? Okay, let's keep going. What do we got here? What is the advice? The Death card. You have to come into the realization that things here have to change. And one of the key parts that has to change is you. This is truly a union. To be in a real union, there has to be compromise, and there has to be a willingness to accept, you know, acknowledge when you're wrong and be willing to say you're sorry or whatever. I mean, there has to be a give and take to it that apparently up until now has not been here. It can't be just my way or the highway, okay? It's not the way it works out. All right, what is the atmosphere currently? The Six of Swords. Yeah. It's like you're in a boat and there's just indecision and uncertainty, which causes chaos swirling all around the boat. And it needs to go off into calmer waters. That's what needs to happen. So you could buck up and get over there and apologize, and then you'd be able to captain this boat off to where it needs to go, or you can continue to sit and wallow and try to pick a way to get over there without having to say you're sorry. Kind of seems like a waste of time, by the way, though. Here we go. What is it you're the most afraid of? What are you fearing here? The Five of Swords. So you don't want to have a confrontation. You're afraid there's going to actually be a confrontation. And what do you have to stand on to fight? Because it looks like from these cards that you are the person who is more or less in the wrong if we were to pick sides. So what are you going to fight about? Okay, this is a lesson in teaching you that it's easier to be right up front and say you're sorry in the beginning versus let it fester like this. I think that's the lesson that you're going to pull out of this in the end. Okay, the last card here for what we got in the near future is the Hermit. Now, the Hermit means a lot of things, but number one, first and foremost, it's your card anyway. So you're standing in your power here in the near future. It means you pull your energy back out of the situation, hopefully to very honestly analyze it and figure out where you stand and what you want, and then take action on it from there. So I predict, although nobody asked, I predict that you will come around. There you go. But you're just leaving yourself with a bunch of time right now to stress out, wonder, and worry about it when you don't have to, right? For Friday, what have I got? Six of Cups, Seven of Pentacles. This is something you have a ton of history with, and you're trying to decide how much you want to invest in it, or if you want to invest in it going forward. Saturday, I've got Judgment and the Two of Swords. This is you trying to figure out whether or not you are strong enough to stand up to having judgment called on you for something. I think, I'm not really laughing at you, I'm laughing with you, but it is a little bit silly if you were to step outside of your situation and look at it from the outside, okay? Sunday, we have the Ace of Cups and the Page of Cups. This is you bringing forward an apology, okay? So that you can have this new shot in love, I think. I mean, you still have free will. You can sit over there and be stressed out and worry about it for another 2, 4, 5 years if you want. But why? When you could just resolve it. I'm just saying. That is what I have for you this week, okay, Virgo? All right. There you go. I hope this somehow helps you. Okay, thanks.